So, Total Recall. The general premise, which I think Charlie's never covered in any of the openings to the show. Bunch of dumb assholes try to recall a stupid movie that's offensive and terrible that everyone's forgotten about. And one person has seen the movie recently. This time, Eric defied the logic. It's his birthday, though. So it's
my birthday.
So then this fine young gentleman on the end, Jacques, has not seen the film in many a year. And Charlie's, whatever, he hasn't seen it supposedly. So,
in the theater?
Oh no, I rented it.
You rented it?
When did you see it?
Like 2000, maybe early 2011 or 2010.
So Legion.
Legion.
Let's see, maybe.
Can I first read you the? I guess it's supposed to be the plot. I highlighted this because I thought this was so bizarre the way this was worded. A group of strangers fight for the welfare of humanity. That's it. That's all it says.
A group of strangers
the welfare of humanity.
You're leaving a lot out there.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah, like all the misogyny and Charlie, go ahead.
I just remember it being. They really put out a lot of ads for it.
They did. There was like a fuck ton of ads.
Yeah, the movie was heavily advertised, and everybody knew about it. Yes. And like the way that I remember thinking that the way I was thinking about it going in, I mean, I thought this was going to be the shit.
Now what?
Like in a ridiculous
I thought. Well, I mean, no. Back then, in January 2010, I was thinking that this was. Yeah, it's a different age. January 2010, I was going into this thinking that this movie was going to be incredibly badass.
You're studying film, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I was also of the mindset too that if you know, and I didn't come from a religious family at all, so a lot of this stuff is real alien to me. But you know. I was coming from the mentality that, well, if you put biblical characters in it, it must be, like, good, right? Or it must be, like, profound or important, right?
But they gave away all the good scare-em-ups in the trailer, it seems like, if I remember right. Like, oh, I hope there's more of this nonsense. And because I don't remember there being more of that nonsense.
Well, it's kind of
set up like a video game.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But I don't want to play it.
The villains.
It's set up like like a video game, like a survivalist video game where you have a. I mean, I remember that.
God comes in waves for some reason.
Well, when that ice cream man shows up, I immediately thought Twisted Metal. When that ice cream man shows up,
I can see that. Yeah.
Video games. Like they were all just like video game villains.
Yeah,
and I don't want to jump too far ahead, but all the spooky bad guys in this seemed like a type, like all the highlighted ones.
Yes.
Like the scary, stretchy ice cream man and the sassy grandma. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there were tourists in Hawaiian shirts with cameras and.
They were in the crowd somewhere. Charlie is talking about her mother, who apparently. This big life-changing moment that made her sour on God was that her husband left her, and so she was just like, yeah, fuck everything.
Did the husband leave her for God?
I don't know. I don't remember them getting into that. But it's really strange because the way they started off with that quote, it makes it almost seem like. Did God start all of this because divorces are happening or something? because that was enough to make the beginning of the movie, talking about this story and stuff. And this is a through line through the whole thing. If you guys can remember this, that women are almost always at fault throughout this entire
yeah.
I do remember having a misogynist bent.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely something that I still remember from it is that it is like Jacques was saying, it definitely has a misogynistic bent to it. I mean, because when you look at all the female characters in this, there's the
teenage daughter I nicknamed Sin Girl.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because she's full of sin or whatever, and she doesn't like Tyrese Gibson's character? Like, isn't she?
Everyone likes Tyrese Gibson's character. All the women do when he shows up.
Yeah,
they all just like drop their fucking panties and they're just like, "Oh my god, Tyrese Gibson."
Yeah,
but Jeep doesn't like when they're talking. Remember, he's
a big dumb fucking idiot, and like that's established in the first scene where he's like sitting on a fucking swing set. And he's
oh yeah, that
like,
shit was weird.
Like child,
I forgot about that.
Acting like a child.
Yeah.
But for some reason he's in the right the whole movie.
Yeah.
And he's real dumb.
That shit
doesn't understand anyone's motives. He's just like, sometimes you just gotta go forward.
And he sounds like he's got like some gum stuck in his mouth or something.
He's just never left Sling Blade.
But he and this girl, I guess, are supposed to be the heroes of this film.
And it should have been Tyrese and Sin Girl. That would have been a cool...
That would have been fine. That would have been better because they were articulate.
And then they like fostered the baby, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or it could have been Stretchy Ice Cream Man and Sassy Grandma. I'd have watched that. I'd like those guys to go on adventures.
I watched the sequel to that, right?
Yeah. God. They need to come back.
I really wanted to see their sex scene. Oh my God. Him stretching out.
Stretching
inside her.
Okay, do we want to get... I want to... Hold on. I'm still
sorry to let us go down this road.
We'll get to the misogyny. Does anybody, Jacques, remember when this movie took place? Like, what time of the year did this movie take place?
Okay.
Desert time.
I do not remember.
Okay.
It was out in the desert. I remember that.
Right.
I'm going to assume that for the type of sledgehammer force these guys are wielding, there was probably like Christmas Eve.
Yes!
Was it Christmas Eve?
Oh my God!
The 23rd.
Okay, right.
Oh,
wait,
opening.
There's a
so
fucking,
embarrassed
yes,
when people made this movie.
This is a Christmas movie. There are Christmas trees. There's one Christmas tree in the background of that
They
diner.
left that alone.
And it's okay. Let me skip ahead real quick because like
that's so.
I remember that at the beginning and thought it was going to be significant.
Tyrese Gibson. Okay, number one.
Yeah.
I watched this movie, and the title comes up: Los Angeles, December 23rd, as Paul Bettany slams into the ground, wherever the fuck he did, I don't remember. And
he cuts off his wings.
Well, that happens after God cries.
Oh.
From the rain that he looks up and then it starts raining just down on him and God cries on him. And then
cryptic metaphor.
And then there's this weird thing that happens where there's this dog barking and
it's actually God barking?
Yes, it's God barking, and then he
pulls... It's God barking?
He pulls...
What the fuck? Oh my God.
He pulls the...
Dog is God spelled backwards.
Makes all sense.
He pulls out this knife.
Yeah?
And the dog's just... Rah, just barking. And he just goes... Huh! And it's like all this quick series of like close-ups, and like I backed it up and watched it like 5 times. I was like, what, did he kill that dog? Because it stops barking after that.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he do it? And it took me like 10 minutes to realize, oh no, he cut off his wings. Because he cuts off his wings. He does this, number one. So that's back there. So that doesn't make any
stabbing him off.
He's double jointed.
He's a fucking angel. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But
you get that first one off anyway.
So that was so confusing. I was like, did he just murder a dog? And I was like, this is a great opening in this movie. If he murders that dog. He comes in to this world, Paul Bettany, chops off his fucking wings, raids some sort of armory or something.
Yeah, the Matrix Armory, where you just...
The Matrix Armory, yeah, I remember that. He goes into that place, that building or a safe or
it's
something.
It's like the sci-fi dream of armory.
He's just like getting like all these Uzis and submachine guns.
Goofy leather trench coats and sunglasses.
Stacking leather trench coats on his body.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany's still living in the Matrix.
Do you guys remember?
Yes.
The scene with the cops that happens that's parallel to him suiting up.
I remember the establishing of the cops. Like, Mad Cop wants to kill all the homeless people.
Yes.
Goddamn animals. Nights like this, I'd like to take a match to this city just so I could watch all these motherfuckers murder.
Oh, like they're just driving.
They're just driving by and just driving by these homeless people in like Los
Angeles. Like, I wish they'd all die, and then he like points his gun, his imaginary gun is like.
Yeah. Two cops talking about killing homeless people.
Fuck?
So cops,
and
you guys.
Somebody, I read something about like good. I don't even know what this means now. Good old boy barbecue, because one of them brings up something about a fucking barbecue or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like everybody's for some reason a hick in this movie, and I don't know why.
Even the city people are hicks.
Yeah, even like the LA cops
And the whole point
hicks.
is like God has lost hope with all of us
And I
because
think,
everybody's like them.
And I think what they're
indiscriminately
trying to do,
eating barbecue.
Sorry. Kill homeless
yeah,
people.
God's angry because they're eating barbecue. Discussion.
But it's like that God is bullshit line is like it's this sarcastic
I forgot about that.
It's like God hates us, and that's
the end.
so
The end of her
that,
monologue
whatever.
is saying like God got tired of the bullshit.
I don't know, she said, tucking the covers around me. I guess he just got tired of all the bullshit.
And then the title of the fucking movie comes up, and it's like, yeah, we're tired of this bullshit already too.
Like they're trying to have it both ways, like be irreverent and be really heavy-handed.
Yeah.
That's not good prophecy.
Well,
language.
it was definitely heavy-handed. I remember that much about it. I mean, it was very on the nose.
Does anybody remember the name of the restaurant / gas station / mechanic shop?
I remember this. Oh, I remember the name of the town because it was so stupid.
What was the name of the town?
It was called. Was it the town? It was called Paradise Falls.
That is the name of it.
That's so stupid.
It's not even a town.
Is it not?
It's just that fucking place.
That's not.
It's the bar?
That's
just that.
Not a thing that a bar would be called.
It's
in
Dennis
weird
Quaid's
neon
bar?
letters.
It's Dennis Quaid's bar.
On top of the thing. Yeah, it's Dennis Quaid's bar.
Wasn't Forrest Whitaker in this movie?
I think you're getting.
You're thinking.
Charles S.
You're
Dutton
thinking.
Is I think who you're calling
Yes.
Forrest
Is
Whitaker.
that who was in Homefront?
That is the second time you have mistaken somebody for Forrest Whitaker in this show.
The guy who I thought was Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, okay, hold on.
no.
Also said is
No.
that Forrest Whitaker.
I did say that once. Is he really not Forrest Whitaker?
No, that's not fucking Forrest Whitaker.
It's Rock's
now.
Charles S. Dutton.
Now.
And Alien 3's Charles S. Dutton.
Now,
Was he in
I will.
I've never seen
sorry.
Homefront.
No. I will concede that
I'm sorry.
There is a movie that Forrest Whitaker has the exact same hook in, and what is that?
Yeah, because I remember he had a hook.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was hooked was left-handed.
Smoke.
Well, I've never seen
Didn't
Smoke.
see it.
So you didn't see Smoke?
So they basically ripped off that character.
Yes.
And even
Well,
got,
not really, but yes.
But they ripped off.
They
the
ripped off-
They ripped off the gimmick of the character.
Yeah, the gimmick and the design of him, kind of. But so he is Jeep is kind of painted as this victim in the whole thing. Where he's just like,
Because he wants to take care of the
simple
baby.
face, simple man. Like,
Because he's really. I remember that. He's mopey.
I just want my boy.
Wait, is it his
I don't have an
biological
opinion.
son?
That's his son.
I thought he just wanted to care for it.
That's
Like,
a good question. I don't know.
I don't
thought-
think it
I thought
established that it
his
was
son.
them. Theirs. Oh.
I don't
That's
know.
way
I really
different
don't
then.
know. I
Two
really
things
don't
about this, kind
'Cause-
of like it's not his business,
Yeah.
like regardless. And second, like the movie's wanting us to pull for this buffoon who's sitting on a swing set.
Yes.
So this whole, I just realized that this is so stupid that it's Dennis Quaid and not Randy Quaid, who I had in mind the whole fucking time. Like that's how little I remember about this. I'm like, oh, it's some hillbilly. It's Randy Quaid.
You thought it was. You
And
thought it was
I
Randy
almost made a
Quaid.
hilarious Christmas Vacation goof.
You thought it was Randy Quaid.
He would have been
No, I just
great
didn't
in
remember.
this.
That is
I just
amazing.
spaced out.
I wish Randy Quaid had been in
That
it.
might have helped.
I'm reimagining this whole
With
movie
his
with
character
Randy Quaid.
from
No,
the
I've gotta
vacation
recap-
movies.
And it's a comedy.
I've got to,
God, I wish it was funny.
and I've got to recalibrate because now, yeah, I just heard Quaid, and that's not.
Do you guys remember this one singular weird like creature that we were talking about, like Ice Cream Man or something? There's this weird just like person that's there like standing next to the car they're trying to get into. Do you remember what that person looks like?
He's standing next to the car.
This weird thing happens at that point where they go out and then like they parted or whatever, and so like they walk through these people and then they get to the car and there's this weird just like almost like the ring looking like character there standing with like a bag on her head and like some blood trickling down from it, and she has like this really long stick, and she's just like standing there, and they walk towards her and then just walk around her, and they get in the car, and then the thing just turns around and just like hits the trunk, hits
like
the hood of the car for no reason, and you're like,
the
Really?
screenwriter's like, guys, this is gonna be so weird. This is gonna totally scare everybody real bad.
Man,
Freak him out.
man, I just watched The Ring last night. Oh my God, we're gonna put that bitch in this movie.
Like they just watched Fear.com. If I remember right, they did it like they didn't. Even though this is like the featured thing in the trailer, pretty much, and I could be remembering that wrong. Like,
no, it was.
They don't set that up to surprise you at all.
No,
like when she shows up, it's super ominous in the music.
But
like it's the least, it's like the least subtle thing
of like a car driving up and just stops like right here with
the
grill right in the face.
And there's a bunch of flies around her, right?
Yeah,
she gets out.
The grandma.
Yeah, and she's all like, "Well, I want my hamburger bloody or what? Or whatever it is."
Exactly. Do you remember her getting out of the car, and there's this shot that's like underneath like the carriage of the car or whatever, and like the doors open like this? What happens when she gets out of the car?
She has a hoof.
I wish.
It's a walker.
There's blood everywhere.
A walker that is fully out like this, comes out of a car door that is, this big or whatever the fuck you want to say, just down on the ground. You're like, what?
Where'd you get it?
It was on her lap while she's driving. Because she's learned that's
a very
more
elaborate prankster.
Yeah, like he just bent the rules of physics.
The zombie grandma
increased the size of the
yeah,
car.
because he couldn't just let her walk.
Yeah.
Because that'd be less scary, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they set that up in like the least surprising. I mean, all right, so an old lady comes out anyway, like something's up, but they don't even try.
Well, she's got like
everything
pointed teeth and black eyes.
Yeah.
That driving up, it's like
oh.
Is that the ice cream?
It's like a video game. It's like an old Dota game from Warcraft 3. Any more Tyrese quotes?
Yes.
Okay.
This requires a little bit of setup. Do you remember?
Still laughing at the first one.
Do you remember what causes them, like Tyrese and the wife, I can't remember who she's played by, and then the daughter, to like leave? They have to get in his Jeep and or his Escalade and leave.
They're gonna take him to the hospital for his neck.
The husband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because grandma bit him.
Right. Grandma cut his throat.
Old lady's so sassy, you guys.
She was so sassy.
That grandma took
him
him out.
And then why don't they make it there?
Because
this is like a cloud, right? An evil cloud.
Yeah. Cloud of
dirt. I'm gonna assume locust because the Bible.
It's like bugs.
Yeah, it's locust.
No, that's so embarrassing.
What does Tyrese say when he comes back to the gas station? Because that's what I'm building up to.
Oh God,
I don't know.
Well, when they can't take the
they're bringing him back inside.
Baby mama to the hospital.
Because it seems like they just turned around and came back. Like it didn't damage them. They're just like, oh, it's gross.
And
we don't
Dennis
wanna
Quaid's like,
there's bugs.
Yeah, well, there's bugs. We don't like,
oh my God,
yeah, that's gross. We'll have to clean the windshield.
And like Dennis Quaid's like, and he like comes outside and he's just like, what's happening? And he's like, looks out there and they come in like,
when I saw you do that, I almost spit all over the
They're like, what happened? And then so Tyrese comes in and just like angry, of course, because he's angry for half of his lines in any movie ever. Goes, you asking me to explain the behavior of a motherfucking pestilence?
That was his line for the day on set. On that day on set, that was his line.
I wonder if that was his audition line. When he went in and sold that, and that's what got him the part.
You asking me to explain the behavior of a motherfucking pestilence?
Every single time a woman is given a gun in this movie, it's a handgun. Yeah. Everybody else gets huge, massive, hulking things,
submachine guns,
Matrix guns,
and then they're like, and then they always give them like a throwaway line too, like, you might need this, or don't be a hero. Or it's like every time it's like a condescending line. It's
like, know your place. That's what it is. It says know your place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's amazing to me how this movie just has so much misogyny in it, and nobody ever complained about that.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as hateful toward women as it was, and that's the main thing that stuck with me. Besides the stretchy ice cream man and the sassy grandma, was writers didn't seem to like women very much.
No. So I'm going to jump to Paul Bettany showing up.
Paul Bettany.
Do you remember what happens when Paul Bettany shows up?
What?
I'm directing this directly at Jacques.
Okay.
At the diner?
Yes.
You mean since you're directing this at Jacques, I can't answer?
You cannot.
I'm going to. I don't remember.
Okay.
How does he show up?
I think I'm 1 for 2. He probably... Oh, boy. Like, he pulls up really fast, and it's super menacing. And he comes in and totally creeps everybody out, and they confront him or something. I don't remember. Please.
So he gets out of the car, and Dennis Quaid has a shotgun. His fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
And he, like, points it at him, and they have an exchange. He, like, questions him in some way or something. And then he says, "Let me see them teeth."
Jeep says this.
And Paul Bettany is like...
But he does it understanding.
Yeah, like he knows. He
knows. Because the bad guys had scary teeth.
Yeah, scary teeth.
That's right.
And he's like...
So you're just like, that's how they figure out who's bad and who's not.
It's like the Thing, only stupid.
So then Jeep, Dennis Quaid's son, says, "No shark teeth, Pop." God. And Dennis Quaid goes, "Oh," and puts the gun down. Like he's like, "Oh, he doesn't have shark teeth. It's fine." So what happens is they grow to, I guess, finally question the fact that he drove up in a fucking cop car, and they're like, "What?" And so Dennis Quaid tries to put the gun back up, and Paul Bettany's too close, and Paul Bettany just like grabs the gun and like a Matrix him and like pulls the gun up his face, and then Dennis Quaid goes. Hold on. Like, don't fuck kill me. Like that's the face he gives. He does not say any lines. I wish to fuck. He would have said, "Fucking kill me."
Wait. So at the very end of the movie, Gabriel has cornered Jeep in a pit of dirt.
In a pit of Jeeps.
On the side of a mountain.
On the side of a Jeep mountain.
Yeah.
It's got a Jeep logo on the side of the mountain.
They like fall off a mountain to that part.
Gabriel says...
You mean the mountain where it's like a lot of CGI shit's happening? Like they just put fake backgrounds back? Because they obviously just like...
No soundstage.
Well, okay, hold on.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Gabriel, he's got Jeep cornered, and Jeep has tried to shoot him or something, and nothing works, so he's fallen over, and he's crawling back up against this rock wall, and Gabriel's just like, "Why do you continue to fight when you know all hope is lost?" And Jeep looks up at him, and he's just like, "Fuck you."
Fuck you.
His only one-liner in the whole movie, and it's not even like that. It's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Okay, I was still in Britain mode there. He's just like, "Fuck you."
He's like, "Fuck you," and it's not in a way that it seems like he knows what's coming.
Right.
Because there's no way for him to know what's coming. Because what happens is then Paul Bettany like shoots out of the sky and like hits him or whatever.
It's like he doesn't know what's happening in front of him, so he's just like,
"Fuck you."
Fuck you.
It's like stupid and defiant. Yeah.
What's your other line?
My other favorite line in this movie is Dennis Quaid's last line. It's a one-liner, and it might be the greatest line ever spoken in film history.
Can I do it?
So yes, you can do it.
You have to light the lighter, though.
Gabriel, he's
give me a lighter.
He's already. You think that he's killed Dennis Quaid by slicing him open with his metallic wings and punching him over a bar counter, and then he gets in the gunfight with.
Does he like stab him in the side or something?
Yeah. And then, like, everyone, Jeep and Charlie, run to the back through the kitchen to get out. And Paul Bettany, I guess, is dead at this point, or you think he's dead, or
he
goes
gets
back
shot
to heaven.
through with a spike or whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And Gabriel,
from the mace.
Gabriel
he diehards it.
Yeah, Gabriel walks over the counter, and then he sees Dennis Quaid lying on the ground, and he says,
"Ching. Sorry, we're out of business."
Boom!
And blows everything up.
Sorry. We're out of business.
blows everything up. He blows the whole diner up.
Because
he blows up Paradise Falls.
All that expensive neon work. the murals.
Because
oh god.
Because earlier in the movie, he's cooking a steak and drinking a beer.
Okay.
And he says this line that is just a huge conceit in the movie, which is just like, all the power's gone, everything's gone, there's no telecommunications or anything like that, but the gas still works. And he's like, well, the gas still works.
At least
and so he's cooking a steak. And
all it is, they set that up at the beginning of the movie.
Is to set that up.
All it is to set that shit up. That, and at the very beginning of the movie, he's playing with a lighter.
Right.
And that's all that is. Those 2 moments are just there to set up him for that last line.
The lighter it's from an ex-wife. It reminds me of like how much I hate her.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how much I fucking hate this bitch. Like everything else in this whole fucking movie.
Eric Huber.
Me.
Does Legion deserve to be forgotten, or should it be remembered for some reason?
It should only be in DVD multi-features with like
a 40 movie pack.
Yeah, but with like Held Up and The Mist and other like Save the Alamo movies.
I'll concede that. That's
Save
fine.
The Alamo movies?
That's a good purgatory for this movie to end up in.
Like all the movies where it's like we got to save this minute shot.
One person out of like 10 million discovers it out of this pack of like 50 movies and like 1 Blu-ray.
Jamie Foxx is Held Up, The Mist. That people like.
I wouldn't rate The Mist as on par with this. The Mist, I was just like entertained by.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, that's another thing about this movie is it's a siege movie, and I thought like by its nature I'd at least be able to get into it somewhat.
Yeah,
because a siege movie.
Yeah,
that's
what
I was trying to think
like
of.
Your assaults on Precinct 13 and your other like a Rio's Bravo and other
Rio's Bravos,
your Maximum Overdrives.
Yeah,
and the siege. Like, so this, I mean, that genre is good, and there's, nothing. This could have been with a different script and different, I don't know,
everything.
With different everything, this movie could have been great.
So,
no, you're right.
Jacques, does this movie deserve to die? Or does this movie deserve to be remembered by somebody?
No, it's
by
not
any
even.
person.
It's not even entertainingly bad enough to be remembered.
Is there a very super specific person that should remember this, or not at all?
I'm going to say that since the movie tanked, like whoever.
No, it didn't. Tank.
Oh, that's right, it didn't.
Priest did.
The sequel tanked.
That's right. Okay, whoever financed this, no, because they made money on it.
They won.
No, this movie should be forgotten. And it will be.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to care about this thing.
No.
So, I mean, just by its nature, it's going to vanish, and it deserves to vanish. It's not even funny enough to remember, really.
It really is not funny.
It's only funny talking about it.
Yeah, like, watching it, I remember it being kind of excruciating.
Yeah.
To ask the same question of myself is...
Should this movie be forgotten, Charlie?
Jacques, I think... Chad, Eric, I think I would have to agree with you guys. I think there's nothing in this movie that's redeemable at all. I think it's misogynistic. I think it's sexist, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
I also think it's racist too.
There's a racist component to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with casting.
I mean, it's kind of like weird and appalling how something like this fell through the cracks. And nobody said anything about it.
Yeah.
And it was released when so many other movies aren't released.
Yeah.
And it's a strange movie. It's a strange movie because it appeals to a Christian conservative crowd, but it kind of makes fun of them at the same time, but also makes fun of women, makes fun of other races. Just.
And it insults the audience's intelligence.
It insults the audience's intelligence.
Even like maybe that
Jacques,
audience.
But Jacques, it's so intelligent. We just read that.
Oh
Amazon
shit!
review.
Maybe I'm the dumb one. No, even
that's it. We're dumb.
Even
over.
Podcast
done
over.
Out.
No, even I just call this a podcast. I am
X
very
gonna
dumb.
give it to you.
No, even if it's trying to appeal to that like base, dumb conservative audience, it might be dumber than that audience too. Like it might actually insult like rubes even.
Yeah.
And if
this movie might insult rubes,
there are no measure of rubles that those rubes can have.
Nerdy-ish?
A little
nerdy-ish.
I thought I was
The look, maybe?
He was
I
kind
don't
of
know.
a hick, really.
A hick? Okay, that
Hick
was...
loser Rube from...
Well, he's on this roadside diner out in nowhere, you know. He hasn't
He
had
thought that roadside diner was going to be big. Thought that was going to make him.
He did.
Yeah.
I think that's the wife.
Excuse me, I have a call coming in.
Are you like deviling out or angeling out on us?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's
What
totally
did you...
Scary. Yeah, Chad.
Just talk
Your
about
grade, Chad?
Talk to me.
Tell us.
Talk to me!
I would give it a C, not for traditional for a traditional grading system.
A C.
I will give it.
I
will give it a C for clips. You should only watch clips
Nice.
of this movie. There's no reason to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just watch clips of Dennis Quaid's
A C?
dumb things
A C?
from it. I'll give it a clips.
A C?
I'll give it an eclipse.
An eclipse? A solar
It
or
is
a lunar
clippable.
eclipse?
Yeah. And a C for Christ leg.
Yeah. There are clips of
I
this
said a
movie
thing.
that have 1 million views. Probably.
All right.
Clips.
Christ leg. End.
Christ leg.
That's it. That's it. Fucked it up. It's over.
It's over. It's over!
I didn't even care enough
It's
to
all
smash
coming
anything.
on.